right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call this meeting to order. First, we'll have the land acknowledgement. At the town of Trenton, we acknowledge that we are in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. This land is governed by the treaties of peace and friendship, first signed by the Mi'kmaq. We reside by the Pictou Landing First Nation, which is governed by a chief and 5 council. Can I have the approval of the agenda, please?
Make that motion. Oh,
I'll second.
Any additions to the agenda? All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. I need approval of the regular council minutes for July 8th, 2025.
I'll make that recommendation.
I'll second.
Any errors or omissions in the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. We'll move on to reports. Our Public Works reports. Any questions on the Public Works report? Any thoughts? Hearing none, thank you for the Public Works report. The Water report. Any questions, concerns on the Water report?
Ellie, is the tower being used yet, the new tower?
Oh, the reservoir?
Yeah.
They're in the
No.
process of refilling it.
Oh, are they, okay.
You know, so it'll be in use in what, about a week's time, Bob? Give or take?
Probably a couple.
Okay, yeah, a couple of weeks. Yeah.
I volunteered to get my water tested and for the report. Came back really well. So,
Thanks, Don.
yeah.
Right.
I wonder, can we get Robert in to kind of clarify the numbers that are on the report sometime?
There's no reason why we can't.
Yeah.
Right, so, Bonnie, can we pick a date for that, to bring Robert in to
'Cause
clarify some of the,
It's helpful.
Like like just looking at the titles, it says, I'm guessing these were the wells are Cornish's Boxing Club Reservoir. And then it gives chlorine residuals and then hospital results. I just want a little more clarification on what those numbers mean.
we absolutely can.
Yeah.
We'll just pick a date and time sometime in October, Bonnie, if you can.
Sure.
Right. No other questions or thoughts on the report? We have a fire report. Any questions on the fire report? I see a listing of new members, Bonnie. Do we have some new members in the fire department that were?
That was just a typo.
Just a typo, okay, sorry. Hearing none, thanks for the fire report, Ray. Parks and Recreation report. Any questions on the Parks and Recreation report as presented?
I have a question. The area across from the garage in the park, there's some debris and material. Looks like it needs a little cleanup.
Okay. Why did you make note of
Old basketball nets broken.
that? Okay. We'll get them removed. Any other questions on the Parks and Recreation report as presented? Okay, now we'll move on to the police report. Any questions on the
I
police
have a
report?
question. What would the alarms be? Does
They
anyone
do-
know?
Oh, it would be if there was a, like say, an alarm went off in a business,
A business.
they would check it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's a good question, Steph,
Yeah.
because I didn't know the answer.
There was a lot.
Yeah.
There was,
Yeah, there's 10 alarms.
It might have
Went
been
off,
at the same
alarm call.
location.
it could have
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
Any other questions on the police report as presented? Here now, we're going to move on to the animal control report. Any questions on the animal control report as presented?
Just a second, just trying to find it still.
The CN, what does that mean, Ellie? CN resident?
Honestly, Scott, I have no idea. Bonnie, do you have any insight in that?
I know DOC, DCO must be the dog control officer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we got the SCO and, or the SOC and
Well, the CN might be the name of the rest, or the first, yeah.
yeah.
Maybe the
Last look.
complainant's name, maybe? Or?
Or could be.
Maybe
Plain,
plain
yeah,
or something,
probably,
I don't know.
We'll get some clarification from John on the acronyms there, so. Prior to next council meeting. Any other questions there, guys?
I guess maybe, I'm just reading it, the dog was untagged. Perhaps maybe we could put something in the newsletter to remind people if you have a dog to come to the town hall and get your
Register
dog
that
tags,
dog.
register that dog.
Yeah. We'll look into that. We'll get that in the next newsletter done.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions on the animal control report? Hearing none, we're going to move on to council committee reports, and I'm just going to pass this along to each and every one of you. I know you were busy all summer long here, so if you can give a brief report on what committees you've gone to and what meetings you've gone to. We start with you, Nicole, if that's okay.
Sure, I wrote on sticky to get ready, so. Picture County Partnership is in the process right now of doing their strategic plan, and they're also recruiting for board members. So I'm currently the chair of the Liaison Oversight Committee, which is government representatives and representatives from the province, but then the board also has members. So if you go on their Facebook page or their website, you can actually apply for that. They're always looking for diverse backgrounds, experience, all kinds of stuff, which is really great. I'm also on the library board too. We're meeting this Thursday, so nothing to report just yet. School advisory committee, which isn't an official appointment through council, but we've done it as a nice to have, and it's a nice way to stay connected. Is also coming up at the end of the month, and then not to scoop Donnie, but we also had a Fun Fest committee meeting as well, so a bit of a wrap up. So I know that the chair Walter Smith is working on a report on how things went, and then also feedback for next year as well. So. Maybe if I can pass to Donnie, if that's okay, because that's what I was going to say about Fun Fest, unless I missed anything.
Yeah, that was the bulk of it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, anything else, sir?
I'm just sorry, that was my last one.
Okay. Yeah, just to carry on with Fun Fest, it was a success. It looks like they had about 1,300 people at the dance, and there was a little more expenses over previous years, but that'll come out in the report from the Fun Fest chair. So Walter Smith is stepping down as chairperson, and we're looking for a new Fun Fest chairperson. So anyone in the audience, if you want to step up, and it's a good time. It's a lot of work, man, but it's a lot of fun, and the effort is worth it. So. So moving on, the only two other committees I really have to report on, Mayor Dove and I attended a police review. It was a meeting in Halifax addressing the recommendations from the province on policing review. It was supposed to be a question and answer period with Minister Becky Drouin, who was the Minister of Justice for Nova Scotia. There was a lot of municipal councillors from all over the province there, from Cape Breton. We had a bit of a discussion amongst ourselves at first, and then when the minister arrived, we were informed that we were supposed to have 2 hours of question and answers, and when the minister arrived, we had a half an hour PowerPoint presentation and a half an hour of questions and answers, and I think her staff may have miscalculated her schedule, and we basically only had an hour, and half an hour of that was a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation. So out of 2 hours, we only had councillors that were present, councillors and mayors and CAOs that were present, only had a half an hour of questions before the minister had to leave. So a lot of it was addressing that the commission's Deloitte is the company that did the
I don't know how to pronounce the name
yeah what's that? Deloitte, yeah. So anyway, they had some recommendations on policing for Nova Scotia, and basically in the long run they're saying if municipal policing doesn't meet certain standards, you're going to be forced to switch to the RCMP. So, and a lot of municipalities had a problem with that. but they didn't get to address their questions. The councillor's staff did mention that the minister would be will be meeting with individual municipalities, but I don't believe we've heard from the minister yet. So I'm hoping that we can have a discussion, because we certainly are in the boat of the transition from municipal policing to RCMP. So, and then last night I attended the police commission meeting at the New Glasgow Police, and Chief Leal, as always, gives a great report. One of the things that happened last night, Sergeant Darrell Paris and Constable Chris Young both received the Chief's Commendation Award for outstanding volunteer service, and so they were both received an award for that. Actually, Constable Young was off duty, and apparently he was out for lunch with, there were some other officers from around Nova Scotia. They were having lunch, and apparently in the parking lot across from where they were having lunch at Sobeys, there was a road rage incident, and so there was a fight started, and the constable and a military police officer, they were off duty at the time, broke it up and addressed the person that that was assaulted, and they kind of took care of the situation. If they weren't there, it probably would have been worse. So they just kind of reacted quickly and handled the situation, did first aid on the person that was assaulted. So he received a Chief's Commendation Award for that. And then Sergeant Paris is always doing work in the community. He organized a toy drive at Christmas time, spent a lot of his own money, used his own vehicle to distribute toys, and amongst other things that he's done over the years, he received a commendation award. So congrats to the two officers for those awards. Chief Leal also addressed that when people complain about signage in the town, like putting a speed sign up, it's not just simple as putting up a speed sign. There's a whole investigation that goes behind that. Traffic Authority has to do a full investigation before they can make any changes on signage or speed limits or anything like that. So keep in mind that if you can't just say, we need a sign here. There's a full investigation that goes behind that. So just want the public to be aware that if you have a complaint, bring it forward to the police, and Traffic Authority will investigate. But it may take a long time because there's quite a lot of work involved in that. So something else Chief Leal pointed out, someone asked Chief Leal about why are we not publishing names of people that for impaired driving. And he went back and he looked at, because they've been publishing names publicly of other offenses, but for some reason impaired driving offenders were not being published. But he looked into it, and he said going forward they will be publishing the names of people that have been charged with impaired driving. So that will be publicly published publicly in the near future. So actually there was an impaired driving on an e-bike just up in Townsend Avenue, and it's the second in the province. So if you're drinking and driving on an e-bike, you're going to get caught, and that is a chargeable offense. So and Chief Leal also brought up the issue with homelessness and drug addiction. He also wrote a letter to the province that this is beyond policing mandate, that this is a mental health issue that the province needs to start stepping up and dealing with, because it's been left to municipalities to deal with, and the province has put in minimal effort. And Chief Leal wrote It's a 3-page letter to the province stating that we need to step things up, or the province needs to start stepping up and helping the municipalities up with this problem. So there was a, so yeah, we switched the police commission meetings to every 3 months quarterly. We used to do it every month, but now we're going every quarter. So the next one will be in November.
Thanks, Shawnee. Stephanie?
My committee meetings are coming up. Riverview Home Committee meeting will be next week. And the Garden Club Committee will be having our next meeting Monday, September 15th at 10 a.m. And new members are all welcome. And then the Planning Committee meeting is to be announced in the near future. Is everything?
Thank you. Councilor Kerr.
The two committees I'm involved with, the Accessibility Committee, we haven't done anything in a few months with that, and we have to get some more members with that, and the field engineers from Pictou, they shut down for the summer, so they'll be having a meeting this month.
I guess that leaves me, right? And I'm just going to break down some of the highlights, and I have to read it off the calendar on my phone. So I attended the Ship Hector launching on behalf of the town in July, right? There was a virtual community health board meeting. Went to attend a Race on the River opening ceremonies, attended that on behalf of the town also. So we had a shared services meeting on July 21st. We'll have another one, I think, in October. So nobody mentioned that we went through the hiring process for a new CAO, right? So we're in the process of making an offer, and we hope to have a CAO within the next month, 2 weeks, right? So we're excited for that. As a council, we went through, I don't know how many resumes, we had 15 or 20. We sorted it down, and we had some great interviews. And we narrowed it down to 2, and those last 2 were tough, but we made a choice as a council, and I hope that, and I believe we made the right choice. Right? So,
I think if I could just mention there, we had about 120 applications for that position.
here?
Yeah,
Okay, all right. Okay, so, all right, that's
there was a whack of them.
quite a few, right? So that was your job to narrow it down to what we narrowed it down to. Oh, gosh, the whole summer went by so quickly. I attended the opening ceremonies of Megan's Place in Westville on behalf of the town. So the Seniors Festival here in the town at the Trenton Rink, represented the town at that also. The Black Gala Homecoming. The Mayor's Tea in New Glasgow, right? So, and of course, Donnie mentioned the provincial policing review. So I'm just going to hit the highlights at the end of the day. So I think the point is that your councillors are busy. I mean, it may not seem like just because we're not having meetings in the summer doesn't mean we're not attending meetings and doing other things as officials of the town. So I will add, oh, that's nothing else. So I won't add anything else. I won't bore you all with the rest of the stuff that I do and what council does here on a regular basis. So we're going to move on to recommendations from Committee of the Whole. We're going to hand that over to Nicole.
The following recommendations are for council's consideration from recent Committee of the Whole meeting. Recommendation number 1, on recommendation of Committee of the Whole, council approve a $100 donation in support of the Women Alike Society. Do I stop and ask for a vote there or read both?
You decide.
Okay,
Right,
I
right.
will do. I'm going to stop there. And so on first recommendation, looking for a motion to accept.
I need a seconder for that recommendation.
I will second.
Any questions on the recommendation? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
Great.
Nicole?
Recommendation number 2, on recommendation of Committee of the Whole, council approved the separation of the water line at the Park Pavilion and the pool facility.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
Any questions on the recommendation? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That motion is carried. We're going to move on to, under new business, policy number GOV-2025-0909, elected officials remuneration policy. Can you read that for us, Bonnie?
I can. The policy will apply to the elected officials of the town of Trenton and is adopted under authority of Section 23(1)D of the Municipal Government Act. The policy states the annual remuneration for elected officials for the town of Trenton as of March 31st, 2026 is as follows. Mayor's remuneration is $18,000. Each councillor receives $10,000 and the deputy mayor receives $12,000. Effective April 1 of 2026 and every year moving forward, the annual remuneration for elected officials under Section 1 will be increased by the annual Consumer Price Index, CPI, for the province of Nova Scotia set for the previous year. Such remuneration will be paid monthly at a rate of 1/12 of the annual amount, and no deduction shall be made from the remuneration of an elected official for missing council or committee meetings.
I have to pass that, right? I need a motion from one of the councils there to accept the elected officials'
Enumeration.
remuneration policy. Sorry, guys.
I'll make that motion.
Can I have a seconder, please?
I'll second.
Any questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. The last thing on our agenda this evening is a prostate cancer awareness month, and I'll read that if that's okay with everybody. It was addressed to mayor and council. We are the Pictou County Prostate Cancer Support Association. Our number one goal is to promote awareness of prostate cancer. We're asking you to help us shine a light on prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is the most commonly diagnosed cancer among Canadian men. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. Now, they're asking us to do a Light Up the Blue campaign, and we tried that last year, I believe, and it didn't go so well because the town of Trenton really doesn't have a structure that would, we tried it, I think, on the caboose, and it didn't go over all that well, so. But we can look around to see if there's anything available that might allow us to light it up. So, they want us to declare the month of December as Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Also, what did I say, October? Okay, September. My mistake. My bifocals aren't working this evening, so. So can I have that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Well, second.
Any questions on the motion as presented?
Does
All in favor?
Sorry. Does
Yes,
the
sir.
bucket down there, there's lights in there, isn't there?
There
Don't
is.
they change colors, or?
I don't know if they still work, Council Cone, to be brutally honest, but we can check though. Can we check on it? We'll check on it.
Okay, that might be an
And that
option.
might be a way.
Yeah.
So, Alec, they're not looking for any financial?
Does not say, right?
Is it possible to
There-
get a lot of blue Christmas lights and light up the
Oh, there-
train station?
there's absolutely a way around it,
That's-
yeah. Right. I think last year they tried to light up the caboose, and I guess it didn't go over all that well, with shining a blue light on it.
Yeah.
A blue light on orange, and, right, so. But that's a great idea though, Scott, I mean, it's, right. So we have a motion on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. So on to our next meetings, we have a committee, a whole meeting on September 29th, 6 PM in these chambers. Right, so everybody's aware of that, and I guess now those meeting dates are also posted. So we're going to do a little round table. I'll start with Scott this time, if that's okay. I started with Nicole on the,
Yeah, I just want to mention the Seniors Festival. I certainly appreciate all the volunteers that get that going, and one of them sitting here tonight. You've been involved in that, Greg?
Yes.
Yeah, he's there for 3 solid days, and people like that, it takes a lot of work, there's no question about it. And guys, with your dedication, makes it go off smoothly, and it was well attended, and I think everybody enjoyed themselves.
Councillor McKinnon.
I would just like to make note of some positive feedback on the attendance at the pickleball courts, at the basketball nets, and the skate park. I think it was last night. I have a lovely picture of it packed full. And the comments on social media are very positive and
Absolutely awesome.
well attended. That's everything.
Councillor Coleman.
Just want to make note of the park staff when the fire ban went on. They made those videos to show you where you could drive or where you could walk. That was pretty neat. Just want to say thanks to them for putting that out. That was pretty creative. So,
It was.
yeah.
Just want to remind everyone of the deer survey that we have out right now that was extended, that we've had good feedback on, but we chose at last committee of the whole after we discussed to extend that. And I just want to say thank you to summer staff as well, our summer students and staff over here over the summer. And just to thank you again to Express Yourself Cafe. They're doing great things on the Sunday market and what they have planned for the fall. I know we talked about the movie nights they've had. They're doing some really cool things over there, which is what that space is meant to be used for, which is great. So just want to say thank you.
Listen, I couldn't agree more. I was talking to Eliza there the other day, and they have some great thoughts and great ideas. And, you know, wish we had another 100 or 150 of those in the town at the end of the day. But most of what I was going to talk about was covered here today. Greg, thank you for your work on the Seniors Festival. To Scott's point, we can't get stuff like that done unless people volunteer, right? Unless they step forward and put in the work and put in the effort, right?
If it would be okay, I would like to, this is a letter from our president, just thanking the town and council.
Wonderful, right?
Present it to you guys, and there was one thing come up at our closing meeting too, was the feedback that we got on how clean the rink was. Bathrooms, the garbage collection, the staff did an excellent job accommodating us, and we just wanted to give that feedback back to you, because it wasn't in the letter, but it came from the seniors themselves.
Yeah.
To thank you, thank the staff for excellent job for keeping that place so clean, and it just,
Good to hear.
it's a reflection on the staff
Yes.
and the town too. So I just want to, this is just a letter. I don't know if you guys, if we're supposed to, I never did this before. It's a letter.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you. No, that's all. But that part about the feedback was from the seniors. That was, I thought that had to be put out there, because that wasn't part of the letter. And I thought, you know, when you get the seniors telling you how
Yeah.
clean the place is, that's good.
Then it must be clean, and this, and we have a great staff down there
Great
running
staff.
that facility. We can't thank them enough, and I'll get Bonnie to pass on your message to the people who work there. Thank you. Right. You're next.
So, I just want to thank everybody here for listening to what happened after the fire, and the house has been torn down. It's been leveled, the foundation is now gone too, so that was really big. My next thing I'd like to ask, and you kind of touched on it, so I might not be in the right place for it. At Duchess and 6th Street, we now have 16 children crossing there every morning that are from pre-primary to grade 4. The drivers don't slow down, and there's no signage that it's a school zone, there's no crosswalk or anything. And I was wondering if we could get the signage for school zone and the crosswalk painted on the road there. There is no sidewalks leading to that, so the kids are on the side of the road, they're walking on the grass. But just to get from the little laneway, I don't even know what that is, but over to the sidewalk on 6th Street, it would be very beneficial for all of us parents having heart attacks in the morning.
Okay.
We'll have the traffic authority look at that
Okay.
immediately.
Yeah.
And thank you for bringing it forward to us, right? Because we can't fix it if nobody comes in to tell us there's an issue there. So, thank you. If nobody else, right?
I do have one more thing about
Okay. Okay. I'll call them.
the water, the sewer and stormwater separation on Dickey, Duke, and 7th Street. It's done, thanks to Weeks Construction for getting that, taking care of that, and then Webster's has been doing the paving and patching throughout the summer. They were just up on 11th Street this morning.
Good.
Webster's was doing the final patching there, so,
Great job.
yeah.
Great job. Right. Anything else, council? Then I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to go in camera?
Motion, do we need to go in camera?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go in camera, ladies and gentlemen. Greg, thank you. All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
very much.
No,
Oh,
no.
that's all,
Alec is.
that's all, yeah.
What? I am,
I'll talk to you later.
sure, right? I'll come up to your house if that's okay.
Huh?
We have an in-camera meeting here.
Oh, you're having.
Yeah, we have in-camera meeting so that,
No, that's not important. This is for the seniors festival next year.
okay?
We'll get
We're-
that.
Hey, listen, we've got a committee of 10 great, so whatever you guys are looking for,
Yeah,
all right?
okay.
We can work something out.
Okay, good enough.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks, Brandon.
yeah, totally.